Viewer contributions make local programming possible on WNIN. Become a member of WNIN with your contribution so we can continue to make this programming available. Visit WNIN.org and click on the donate button.
Thank you so much, Mr. Jim, for that very kind introduction. And yes, Mr. Jim is what his JA students so fondly call him. It reflects their admiration, their affection, and their sense of connection, authentic connection with him. Keep that thought. As I prepared today's brief remarks, and I'm going to be brief, guys, to give Angie time to share some really fun stuff. I kept coming back to Jim's remarks last week, and they really moved me. What an extraordinary life of service you have led, sir, and inspiring us so much. And when you think about it, we truly are all wired for service, whether we think about it consciously in our minds or it lives quietly in our hearts. We are all wired for service as individuals and, yes, as Rotarians. So again, I'm going to be brief today so you can get to the really good stuff. And I'm going to leave you with 3 things. So just 3 things. First, my deepest gratitude. I am profoundly grateful for the tremendous support this region has given to every organization and company I've had the privilege and pleasure to serve. And secondly, and more importantly, I am very, very grateful for all I have gotten to do in this community, and I always call it I get to do it. I've gotten to do in this community because of the people who guided, supported, and encouraged me all along the way. People like Jim, and so many of you in this room that you may not even know. Like so many of us, it began with my parents. I saw them redefine themselves professionally and always raise their hand in service to the community that they loved. Then came the many educators, mentors, and colleagues who pushed me and challenged me to learn more, to do more, to be more. They literally changed the trajectory of my life, and I'm sure you feel the same about those people in your life. None of us gets here where we are alone. And I stand here today because of the many hands that lifted me. Second, and you all know this is true, our community and our region is truly special. We've heard people talk about it over and over again about how collaborative southwestern Indiana is, right? Compared to other parts of the state. And there's a reason for that. A speaker you're going to hear next week, Carol Abrams, first inspired me with some words that she shared. She and Howard have had a chance to live in all sorts of fabulous cities across the country, but nowhere was she able to make a significant contribution, be significantly engaged than she was here. Candace Chapman, who many of you probably also know, said when she and Ross were living on the East Coast, they were having a fabulous time in the city where they lived. Fabulous time, dinners, fun times, all the things, and realized one day they were consumers and not contributors, and they had a heart for service, so they came back to the one place they knew where they could contribute, and that was here. Connections are important here, and as I like to say, we got 1 degree of separation in this community, and I think you all know it. None of that Kevin Bacon 6 degrees of separation business for us, right? And that makes us right-sized for impact. Right-sized for impact. Each of those, both of those, Carol and Candace were saying the same thing. If you want to make a difference in this region, all you have to do is raise your hand. We know that, and that's what Jim talked about so passionately last week. We accomplished great things. I don't know if many of you know this, but we were the smallest city at the time to ever have a Gilda's Club, which is now Cancer Pathways Midwest. The smallest city to have a Ronald McDonald House. The the smallest city to have a promised neighborhood designation and the only state with 2. Toyota came in and said, yes, we want to land in Gibson County, transform this region. We are a central healthcare hub for our region. And pretty soon we're going to have a transformational, highly connected riverfront that's going to transform this region. And as you will hear, we are one of the smallest areas, JA areas in the country to open a JA Discovery Center. Third, everything we do stacks. Everything we experience, every experience we have, everything we learn stacks upon the other to prepare us for the next opportunity, the next adventure. These experiences give us the confidence, helps us build new capabilities, and expands our connections. And those connections we know are important here. My journey to junior achievement was, I firmly believe, a God thing, which is a story for another time. But everything stacked. The community organizations I started volunteering for in my 20s, the decision to redefine myself as a certified public accountant, which changed my life, I can tell you that for sure. The years at a global company gave me experiences I never could have imagined. All of it prepared me. I was teaching a JA class called JA It's My Future. It's a career exploration program for 8th graders. And as part of the curriculum, I said, do you want to hear my story? Want to hear my journey? So I began sharing my journey. And this was a class, okay, middle school, 8th graders, what are they doing? Not paying attention, right? Okay, that's fine. You just keep going, right? But as I began talking, something shifted. Not only did the talkers stop talking, they stopped moving. And I felt the girls really leaning in on my story. It was weird. It was weird, and it was super cool. When I was finished, I asked if anybody had any questions, and a young lady in the back of the room raised her hand, and here I told them about this amazing careers that I'd had, these companies that I worked for. I traveled all over the world, and she asked, wait for it, how did you get to be president so fast? Well, I wanted to laugh, but I did not laugh when she mentioned my 30-year overnight success. But I told her the truth. I said, everything I've done before helped to prepare me for what I get to do today. And everybody's journey is unique. Think about your own journeys. Each of our stories are filled with experiences, mentors, and challenges that shape us. Mike Rowe, the Dirty Jobs guy, he said something that really resonated with me. He said, everybody tells you to go find your passion. And he says, no, take your passion with you. Don't you love that? Take your passion with you. It's just like what Abe Lincoln was trying to tell us when he said, whatever you do, be a good one, right? So there's a video that JUSA produced called The Meaning of Work, and I just love it because it tells the story so beautifully. Over images of careers in hospitality, first responders, logistics, construction, manufacturing, healthcare, education, leadership, and the boardroom, it quietly says, work is not just a job. It's not just a paycheck. It's connecting communities. It's building dreams. It's courage under fire. It's being the difference. It's seizing the moment. It's shaping the future. It's opening doors. It's providing for tomorrow. Because work isn't just about earning a living. It's part of what we give to the world. Isn't that beautiful? I just love that. And we have literally every career here you can imagine, right here. And every one of our careers has purpose. The mission of your company doesn't have to be a nonprofit mission to matter. At Harding Schmansky, we helped individuals, families, and companies make the best strategic and financial decisions for their company and for them to flourish. At Mead Johnson, the mission was clear, literally providing the best start in life. Even a car dealer isn't just selling cars. They're providing transportation that gets families to school, to health care, to groceries, to joyful moments. Every business and organization gives something back to the world, and that is why Junior Achievement was such a calling for me. I wanted to share the gift of really seeing the meaning of work and to help the next generations build the confidence, capability, connections that lead to purpose and a better life. Now, we've worked really hard and had a whole lot of fun these last nearly 10 years. And none of it would have been possible without the leaders, team members, board members, donors, volunteers, and education partners who have shaped this organization for nearly 70 years. And now, with the birth of JA Discovery Center, yes, it is a birth with all that goes with it. It is time for new leadership. It is the right time for new leadership. I could not be more excited to introduce JA's new president, Angie Richards-Cheek, and talk about 1 degree of separation. Here's a perfect example. When we first were able to connect, she said, "Oh, it's so nice to meet you." And I said, "We've met." Okay, now that would make you uncomfortable, right? But, but there's no way she would have remembered me. I was just the mom. My son, Michael, who is now 34, was drafted by his first grade teacher to be interviewed by the pretty journalist at Walmart at 7 a.m. for a back-to-school interview. She was so very kind and sweet to my baby boy and made him feel so special and important. And me, I'm over there, the beaming and slightly starstruck mom. She made a difference in our life, clearly one neither one of us have ever forgotten. So it is to now see this same person stepping into this role, the role that I will cherish forever, is truly a full circle moment that fills my heart and soul with joy. I am so excited for the future of Junior Achievement and the deeper impact we will deliver together for the entire region with our amazing new leader. Please join me with a warm Rotary welcome for Angie Richards-Cheek, President, Junior Achievement of Southwestern Indiana.
Well, thank you very much. Such a warm welcome from start to finish from Marcia has set this organization up for success, and it is such a great time to be part of the Junior Achievement story. Now, when Marcia spoke with this group about a year ago, she told you that there was some big things coming, and she really helped set this organization up, and I get to share with you today what that will really look like. I'm so very lucky to be a part of this work, and we are all lucky to experience what that's going to mean for our region. But before we get to that, a little bit about Junior Achievement. So at Junior Achievement, we are committed to education for what's next. But what do we mean by that? Well, for more than a decade, there's been talk about preparing young people for the future of work. Given the advances of AI, automation, societal changes in recent years, it is apparent that the future of work is now here, with some jobs already being eliminated due to the growing influence of technology. But Junior Achievement is committed to working alongside educators, employers, investors, and communities to prepare students to achieve academically today and economically tomorrow. There we go. So here's the reality. The World Economic Forum predicts that 39% of current skill sets will be outdated in 5 years, just 5 years, because of the advances in AI. Advances in technology are going to have a tremendous impact on the economic mobility of those who are unprepared for those changes. So here's an example. 5 to 10 years ago, my son was in high school. He and his friends are all trying to figure out where they're going to go to school, what they're going to study, and the common phrase was computer science. Let's do computer science. Computers are going to always be here. Everyone's going to need computer scientists. Fast forward a few years later as they're getting ready to graduate from college, and there were no jobs to be found. That quickly, things changed. And that leads to one big question.
What's next? That's the question on everyone's mind. Technologies we've never seen before are changing the world in ways we've never known. Jobs people depend on today might not be here tomorrow. Are we ready? How do we get ready? Societally, we've been on this road for a while. Once a high school education was enough for a good job, a nice home, and a full life. But over the years, advances in technology and global competition have brought us to the point where even a college degree might not be enough. The promise we once made that each generation would do better than the last has somehow become a question we can't answer. At Junior Achievement, we are committed to finding answers. As a strategic partner, working in collaboration with educators, employers, investors, leaders, and the communities they serve, we are dedicated to helping students achieve academically today and economically tomorrow. As a leader in experiential learning, operating on a national scale with over a century of experience, we are driving toward lasting change. This means ensuring a generation of students have the transferable skills and competencies needed to navigate a rapidly changing world. Junior Achievement is doing this now. Through career-connected learning, we are invested in accelerating economic mobility through education. By helping students become confident, capable, and connected today, we can ensure they have choice-filled futures tomorrow. Join us. We are not a case study, a best practice, or a white paper. We are Junior Achievement, and we are education for what's next.
So, Junior Achievement really is ready right now to connect education to real-world experiences so students can adapt, grow, and succeed in the classroom today and the real world tomorrow. No other organization has our scale, our scope, our depth of experience, or the level of relationships to have the reach and the impact of Junior Achievement. We believe that Junior Achievement is uniquely positioned to pursue a strategic approach that positions our organization's partners, and that's you, to drive student success. Our educators, our employers, our leaders, our philanthropists, volunteers, and students are all keys to making this whole thing work, and Junior Achievement aligns all of those key players to make sure that young people have the support and the opportunity to be prepared to succeed in our ever-changing economy. When our young people succeed, we can show them what their future can look like without having to leave to bigger cities, and that means our region succeeds. So, education for what's next. Sorry about that. Education for what's next really builds upon the three pillars of what Junior Achievement has always done: the financial literacy, the work readiness, the entrepreneurship, and adds in transferable skills that young people are going to need to be successful and adaptable in this ever-changing economy. And I call them the 4 C's. Marcia talked about them as well: confidence, capability, competence, and being connected. Those are the transferable skills and competencies that are going to make all the difference for young people as they look ahead to what's next in their lives. The 4 C's are what students can take with them to any job, any pathway, any career, and will make them adaptable to whatever changes the workforce may bring. Being confident, capable, competent, and connected impacts students' mindsets, their skill sets, their behaviors, while ultimately providing them access to opportunity when they complete their education. The 4 C's are built into every single thing that Junior Achievement curriculum and experiential learning, you would have heard about that in the video, but I'm going to talk more about that here, is the key to helping students develop these transferable skills and competencies. So what is experiential learning? It's more than hands-on. It puts the students in the driver's seat from start to finish. It helps them connect what they learn with why it's important and how it will affect them. Traditional classroom instruction, which we all remember, is the teacher delivering information and the student receiving it. The retention is about 25% of what they hear. You add in hands-on learning by letting students experience what they learn, like in a lab setting. That boosts retention. You get to do what you learn. But the real magic happens with experiential learning, where junior achievement is really focused. It's shown to boost knowledge retention by 75%, and here's how. Students are the drivers. They make the decisions about the lesson, not by following a step-by-step plan, but by learning what to do and then putting it into practice to build in the why they're learning it and how it relates to them. Research shows that experiential learning helps young people connect the what with the why and how it affects them. So what's next? This. The Junior Achievement Discovery Center, sponsored by Liberty Federal Credit Union. It's being built where I-69 meets Morgan Avenue with easy access from anywhere in our region, and that's very important. And it's going to open this fall, and we cannot wait. 26,000 square feet of space, cutting-edge technology designed to inspire and engage young people. The only youth-focused simulation space in our region specifically designed to prepare young people for choice-filled futures. It has the capacity to serve as many as 15,000 students annually, building upon their classroom learning and letting young people experience what they're learning through safe, real-world simulations designed to connect learning with careers. It's coming, and it is going to be amazing.
Kids today have bold dreams for the future.
When I grow up, I'm gonna be a doctor.
When I grow up, I want to be a marine biologist.
When I grow up, I want to be an engineer/architect.
The Junior Achievement Discovery Center will connect innovation, education, and opportunity for young people. It'll be a place where dreams take shape and futures become possible. This isn't just a building. It's a hub of possibility. The Discovery Center will harness cutting-edge technology to create immersive, hands-on experiences that connect classroom learning to real-world careers. Here, students will explore industries that power our region: advanced manufacturing, healthcare, logistics, and more, while discovering the skills they need to thrive.
Kids have tremendous aptitude for careers that are in demand: manufacturing, healthcare, IT. The gap is in interest. This is actually a good news story, because what it means is the talent's all around us. The question is, how can we activate it? How can we create pathways for those students? How can we create opportunities to light the fire within kids? We see it in high-performing schools and low-performing schools and high-income schools, under-resourced schools. We put kids on a path to a prosperous career by exposing them to opportunities.
In order to get into a good engineering school, you've got to make that decision in 7th or 8th grade. You've got to get algebra taken care of so that you can take calculus your senior year. That's tough for a 5th grader to plan out.
3, 2, 1.
The Discovery Center will help students envision their future and connect what they learn in the classroom with the real-world skills they need to succeed. From financial literacy to entrepreneurship, from STEM to leadership, the Discovery Center will ignite curiosity, fuel ambition, and help students translate what they learn into a roadmap for success.
We have the opportunity as leaders to pour life into people who can be more effective. They can live out their calling in life by giving them the skills, the aptitudes, basic things like, business planning and budgeting and management, leadership and so forth. The underlying element of that is to develop a purpose-driven culture. A culture that has a compelling, deep purpose and meaning that connects the hands, the head, and the heart.
This vision is possible because of people just like you, our local leaders, corporations, and community partners. Your investment in education and innovation ensures that Southwestern Indiana remains a region of growth and opportunity. Together, we're building more than a center. We're building futures. We've broken ground on the Discovery Center, but the real work is just beginning. The groundbreaking is more than just a milestone. It's another step in a movement to empower, to educate, and to inspire. Join us as we shape the next generation of thinkers, creators, and leaders.
When I grow up, I want to be an entrepreneur.
When I grow up, I want to be a lawyer.
When I grow up, I want to be successful.
The future starts with you.
Can you see why we're excited? The Discovery Center is going to bring in students from our 15-county region in Illinois and Indiana, and we're going to make it available to our friends to the south because they don't have a Discovery Center within easy distance for them to access. So we will be welcoming them to our center as well. And so when we say regional impact, we really mean it. It's going to have 18 storefronts where students can live out real-world simulated scenarios where they're going to hold jobs, they're going to pay bills, they're going to manage a budget, and dream big about a choice-filled future. The simulation space will be a reflection of our region because businesses that have a presence here and are recognizable to all of us will be there, including Liberty Federal Credit Union, Deaconess, Centerpoint Energy, Amcor, AZIP Pizza, Chick-fil-A, University of Evansville, the Cox Group, Toyota, Old National Bank, and many others will also be there. The students will be CEOs, employees, and customers of these regional businesses, just like in real life, and that's that career-connected learning. The careers they'll experience and dream about are achievable right here in our region, connecting kids with successful futures that they can achieve without moving away. So here's what the students will experience. Junior Achievement BizTown, sponsored by Deaconess, is for students in 4th through 6th grades. They'll have in-class lessons at their schools that will all lead to their experiential learning in BizTown, which is a fully interactive, simulated town. They'll have jobs, serve as employees, employers, taxpayers, and consumers. There'll even be a mayor. They'll learn about being responsible citizens and how we all contribute to the success of a thriving community. Junior Achievement Finance Park, sponsored by German American Bank, has 2 levels. There's entry level for students in 7th through 9th grade. Those classroom lessons, again, will lead to a day in the simulation space where they'll experience career exploration and financial planning. So the experiential learning component will help them go beyond memorization of what insurance, taxes, budgets, and credit are. The students will use all of those to help shape their simulated career and lifestyle. And the advanced curriculum goes even deeper into career exploration and financial goals. It's for all levels of high school, and students will see the long-term impact of education, savings, and credit decisions that they are making. Experiencing adulting through simulation so they can reflect on those decisions and then learn from any mistakes in a safe environment before they hit the real world so they can build a pathway to success through choices about education, jobs, and lifestyles. So what's next is not a scary question when you're ready for it. Junior Achievement is helping students get there with skills, confidence, and opportunity, and the Junior Achievement Discovery Center is going to completely transform our region. We know it works because we've seen it by visiting Junior Achievement Discovery Centers in other regions. We've talked with teachers who tell the story about how they want their students to get into the Discovery Center at the very start of the school year because it helps set the tone for the rest of the year. The teachers talk about seeing the immediate impact on students who get that light bulb moment when they connect with what they learn and why they're learning it and how it will impact them. Teachers tell us that those students become more interested, more engaged, and excited to learn in all subjects. The Junior Achievement Discovery Center is going to transform education and really prepare students for what's next. But we can't do it alone. We've got some great partners and collaborators, but we are not done. So will you join us and help connect kids with careers? Will you help us transform our region through education by building a resilient future workforce? We need you to make this work accessible to every student. So we've got some QR codes up here to learn more about supporting the work of Junior Achievement by partnering with us through volunteer service. Our volunteer opportunities at the Discovery Center are tremendous team-building opportunities for your staff and your coworkers. We're going to need about 20 volunteers for each simulation, and it is a great way for your team to bond through the shared experience of inspiring young people. So join us. We cannot do this transformational work without you. Will you join us in helping students become confident, capable, competent, and connected to prepare for a lifetime of change, growth, and possibility? Thank you. Are there any questions I can answer? Thank you, a great question. It was, what is the timeline? So construction is currently underway. You're going to see walls go up here in the next couple of weeks. We expect that students will be in the center this fall. Absolutely. So the question was, will we still have our in-class volunteers? Absolutely. The core of what we do has been and always will be that in-classroom learning. And as I talked about, every time that a student comes to the simulation space, it will follow weeks of regular in-class programming to lead to this point. So they have to learn about what all of these jobs are, what all of these roles are, before they can step in and make great decisions as part of that simulation. So it's not going anywhere. The great work, the pillars that we've built for more than 100 years through junior achievement aren't going anywhere. This is an enhancement and really helps connect young people with why they're learning that and what it will mean for tomorrow.
I have a great-granddaughter who is in the 8th grade at Plaza School. I'm a little bit proud of her because she has 8th grade and she's never made anything but an A.
Oh, I love that.
How does she get involved in junior achievement? What are the steps, 1, 2, 3?
Well, absolutely. So in 8th grade, they do have an opportunity to attend Junior Achievement Job Spark in the fall. So that's a super exciting opportunity already set up for 8th graders in our region. But to come to the Discovery Center, we're currently having conversations and preparing to have conversations with all of the superintendents in our 15-county area. So it is our hope that all of our superintendents will be committed to letting their students experience this whole education piece and what it means through simulation by bringing all of their students in whatever grades that they may be to the Discovery Center to get to experience this programming. And Marcia made a great point earlier about how everything stacks. That's also how junior achievement education pieces are designed to really impact growth for students and development of their skills. So it's our hope that students will come to the Discovery Center in middle school and in high school twice at least to really help build upon those lessons that they're getting. And so it's really going to be that transformational piece of the continued knowledge that they're gaining each time they come to that simulation space. So we are working to make sure that this is accessible for all of the students in our footprint. Great question.
Hi, what do your volunteer opportunities look like if somebody wanted to get involved? What are those different opportunities that you guys offer?
There are all sorts of great opportunities. Esther Sullinger, will you raise your hand? She is sitting behind you in the middle of the room here. She is in charge of our student impact work. And so that's really helping connect young people with their education, but also employees and employers and volunteers with the opportunities for junior achievement. So we do have volunteers in our classrooms running curriculum all the time. Any day of the week that works for you, we can probably match you up with a class. However, this is going to be a little different at the Discovery Center because it really will take about 20 volunteers each time we have one of these simulations. Some of those volunteers we know we're going to get from the schools, but when we don't, we're really going to be looking for those partners who can really kind of do those team building experiences because you're not walking into a classroom alone. You're going to be in this simulation space helping students, helping guide them to make sure that they are making the decisions that they need to be making as opposed to just stuck in not being able to make a decision. Do I pay my bills? Do I buy a car? Those sorts of things that we all experience. And so there's some really great volunteer opportunities kind of at any level of involvement, any level of commitment. Thank you all very much.